Whoa, and we are live. I think so, right? People from outside, people from yes, we have our technicians saying that it's all going well. So perfect. Hello, everyone. So usually we say hi. I mean, we do personalized highs, but like your stomach, that's gonna be hard today. So welcome to this Black Friday webinar. You have the chat if you want to ask any question. Hi, Rafa. Hi, Zachary. Hi, Celia. Feel free to ask any questions there. I'm just going to get my notes and we'll be good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Where did you send me the notes? Yeah, it's there. Perfect. We're just gonna wait 60 more seconds and we'll be ready to go. So this is okay, this is okay. So hi everyone. Let's start with like the greetings and introduction, right? Oh, 2 minutes, we have to do that? It's okay.
Yeah.
Great, it's long. Oh God.
You're losing time.
Yeah, I'm losing time. So hi everyone, my name is Michael. I'm the COO of Waalaxy, and today I'm joined with our spectacular or marvelous Heloise, who is a customer success manager at Waalaxy. You may have speak with her actually during like an onboarding session if you have an enterprise plan, or you maybe just talk to her through emails, or you've seen her in videos, in our demos, during a Waalaxy Sales Academy webinar as well, something that we run 2 times a month, where we basically decrypt your businesses. So it's something we do as well. Today we have the yearly Black Friday webinar, which means that we're gonna walk you through an entire campaign with Waalaxy. So we're gonna introduce a use case, which is every year we do something different. So this time we're gonna have someone working as a consultant, like in a small firm. Yeah. And we gonna do something about like helping, how do you call it? Industrial companies, SMEs in like logistics, people who basically own buildings. That's kind of the main thing. To start their photovoltaic projects, so solar panels and stuff like that. So the goal here is to like, this person will be like an intermediary between people who own buildings and actually people who are going to install and sell the solar panels. So kind of like if you are working like in HR and you want basically to sell recruitment services, basically the company you're going to work for could do it on its own, and you're basically the middleman. So it's something like we think can reflect a lot with that use case. We're going to see like how to optimize your LinkedIn profile, all the basics, all the good practices, how to find your prospects. So we're going to use Sales Navigator here. Just walk you through like what kind of filters are we using, what pitfalls you should not fall into. And then we're going to see like a classic campaign, messaging structure,
how to approach them,
copywriting approach. We're going to talk about the roadmap, what is planned for next year with Waalaxy, also what happened this year in 2025. And we're going to talk about the Black Friday deal, which might be why you're here, actually. So we're going to talk about that as well. Would you like to start?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So let's introduce our use case.
So it's very an easy use case, as we said. Mike already introduced it a little bit, but we're going to talk with Alice. So Alice is going to be our person that we are using. We have done all her profile according to the use case. So you'll see it's amazing. Let me know what you think. So the use case that we have, the profile, we're going to show a little bit later. But what we said is we're going to talk to people that are QHSE. I said it. I'm happy with it. Yeah, it was not an easy one. So we're going to look for them. They are in charge of quality, safety, environments. We're going to look for them to introduce Alice to them and possibly work together. So how do you look for them and how do you put context to that and stuff like that. We're going to all go through that. But the first reason you're all here is because you want to prospect on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And why do we prospect on
why
LinkedIn?
LinkedIn? Why is LinkedIn good?
Yeah. Basically, it's the best. That's what we think anyway. The best why, it's because it's one of the biggest, and it's actually the biggest B2B based, so contact based, where you can reach out to pretty much anyone you think you need. What we see is that it answers most of the use case. You could be prospecting and looking for someone. You could be growing a new business and want some feedback. You could be testing a new tool. You could be a student and reach out to have some people responding to a form that you need answers to. Anything can work. And it's basically where you want to be if you want to talk to someone.
Yeah, so LinkedIn is kind of the place to be, especially like in B2B use cases. So you all have already a LinkedIn profile. I assume so. If you don't, go create one. Okay. Yeah. The thing is, the first thing we tell all of our users is, did you manage to position yourself within the market? And are you able to answer the following question? What are you selling? To whom? And how are you standing out from your competition? Okay. Basically, you need to be able to complete this sentence. I help who do what, how. That's kind of a big thing. It's basically strategy 101. It's positioning your business within the industry you're working in, a landscape. And if you don't have that, it's going to be pretty hard to actually like write effective sales messages. So you have your LinkedIn profile and you need to treat this profile as a sales page. Okay? It's like a landing page, it's like your website. When people are going to your LinkedIn profile, basically see what you're doing, who you are, what are your past experiences, if you already work with clients that may look like them in terms of size, in terms of industry, well, they need to find all those answers. So the first thing we need to look at is the LinkedIn profile. And so we're going to see like with Alice, I'm going to share my screen so you have like a big picture of what we're talking about. So Alice, yes, right now we're here. So this is kind of the minimum that you have to do. If you didn't do it already, please do so after the session. But the main parts of a LinkedIn profile, the first one is the profile picture, of course, and often is disregarded. We see a lot of our customers basically using like pictures that have been taken like in a conference, during an after work, like kind of day-to-day pictures, I mean everyday pictures. And it doesn't work because we can't see you properly. We can't see your face, we can't see your smile, we can't like see properly your eyes. So we basically can't connect with you. And the first thing is, when you are reaching out to someone, if you want to sell them something, they need to be able to imagine working with you. So you need to be kind of attractive in this way. So right now with Alice, what we did is we asked her just for like a professional picture. I mean, quite easy, right? A dark background, proper lighting. I mean, proper. I'd say it's not so just like an iPhone with a flash. So it's pretty easy. But like at least we can see her face, we can see her smile, we can see her eyes. And right now, we want to work with her. So it works, okay? We can see her, which is really, really important. Then you have the banner, okay, which is this part here. And when I'm going like to talk about branding, like in terms of colors and stuff like that, of course, it's important to have like kind of a branding book, or at least like some branding guidelines. Okay, what kind of colors are used on your website? Can you like bring them back on your LinkedIn profile? But like the banner goal is to really resume what you are doing in a simple sentence. If you have a logo, you can display one. Could also add some social proof. If you have like already customers, you can specify within the banner like how many customers you have, how many people are satisfied with your services. If you have like logos of like companies that you think might be like credible for your audience. Why do I say credible? It's because like you could be working like with Coke or like with PepsiCo. Interesting, but like those are really big companies. So like if you actually are addressing problems of like mid-sized companies, well, just saying that you've worked with PepsiCo is like not really relevant for them, right? You might want to find something smaller where I, as a business owner, can really like relate and say, oh, okay, they are working with this company. I know them. They are actually my competitors. So I know that you can solve my problems too. On the banner, what you want to do is add your value proposition. So in that case, for Alice, pretty simple. You have some properties. They are costing you money. You have ton of place on the roof. She's selling not solar panels, but like she is selling a service to basically run a project of installing solar panels. So in that case, pretty straightforward, convert your property into solar income. Okay, done. And why is it easy to work with her? Because she added just right there, we handle everything, which is kind of a differentiating factor, because you already know that she's going to almost do everything for you. Okay, and that's something really important. Like, why is working with you so interesting? Okay, if you don't have like a catchphrase already there, you can ask your actual customers, like, okay, in 5 minutes, just a 5-minute quick call, why did you enjoy working with me? What did I solve for you? And you can use like those words, their words, and use them like in your headline, in your banner. Okay, basically you're using the words that your actual clients are using to describe their own problems, so others will also use those words. Then you have the headline, which is this part. So after the banner, the headline is like one of the most seen things. Also because when you are sending a connection request to someone, they can only see your profile picture, your name, and a small part of your headline. So like the first 10 words of the headline need to be like really precise on what you're doing. So often we recommend to use like the I help who doing what, how framework. But like you can rephrase it in any way you want, but at least you need to answer that. Okay. So in case of Alice, she's saying, okay, I'll help SMEs and local authorities reduce their energy costs and comply with climate requirements for energy audits, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So basically, she's talking about who. The what is like she's talking about kind of big issues, right? In energy costs, so it's a big problem. It's a money problem, so you want to pay to solve it. Comply with climate aid requirements. Okay, so we have a legal issue there as well. You need to be compliant, which is a problem, which sounds kind of hard to solve, right? If you don't have like the right skills. So again, in a way, she's showing that she had the expertise to help you through that. And then through energy audits, that's basically the how and full management. Okay, so she'll handle everything. You don't really know like what are the exact steps of like running this whole project, but like at least you feel that she'll do it for you. Then you have the about section, which is not the most important part, but like at least it's a place where you can add a bit more details about your background, why you're good at what you're doing. If you have use cases with previous clients that you want to share there, just bear in mind that people need to click on the see more button here to see like everything you have to say. So please be catchy. Be catchy in like those first 2 lines so people can actually click and see. You can also add links there. But like if you want to add links to your website, to a Calendly, to a HubSpot meeting link or whatever, please add those into the featured section. There you can add like if you're already creating content on LinkedIn and you have like a post with like tons of reactions, it worked well, went viral, well, you can pin it here. But otherwise, so basically to show off your expertise, of course. But like if you have at least a website, you can link here. Again, a link to a booking page. So people, they're arriving to your profile. Again, your LinkedIn profile is a sales page, and then they can just go to your website if they want to consume a bit more content of what you're doing, and basically know about more. Okay. So those are kind of the main thing that you need to be aware of when optimizing your profile. If you have any question about profile optimization, please feel free to ask them in the chat. And at the end of the session, we'll have a small Q&A, and we'll be able to answer those. So we've seen how Alice, what is Alice doing, right? Now, like, we already know like what kind of companies she wants to target, but like how can she find those?
Yeah, exactly. We define the who, so we know exactly the person that she's going to go after. Specifically here, we're going to talk to, like we said, industrial SMEs, stuff like that, and a specific person within that deals with the compliance, deals with the security, deals with the environment. It's the QHSC that we talked about. And so we're going to jump into Sales Navigator.
Why Sales Navigator?
Yeah, why is it? I know some of you are going to say, can we do that on LinkedIn? Yes, you can. Of course, it's compatible. But the thing with Sales Navigator is that it gives you so much more precision. It's so much more efficient to really identify who you are going to be able to talk to. So many more filters that we're going to use today, and even more that you can use on your side if you have some use cases that differ from what we're going to talk about.
If you also have like other tools, I'm thinking about like Cognizant, Clay, Trigify, we do webinar with them, like any other tools where you can like find your prospects. You can also export those into a CSV file and then bring that CSV file into Waalaxy directly. Works as well. But right now, Sales Navigator, way more filters than on LinkedIn. So we're going to see like how to use those.
So first, what you're going to do is you're going to go to lead filters. Yeah, you're going to enter there and open the sidebar so we can see all the filters. Perfect. And then you have a lot of choice. But what we're going to focus on is the actual filters that you have on the site. I know some of you want to jump to the search bar. That's okay. I know. Don't do it right away. Why? It's because it's going to look for everything in the profile, the headline, the about section. So what we talked about, maybe you're trying to help a specific person out, but well, those persons trying to help them are going to jump into your search if you're going for the search bar. So refrain from that. You'll have some use case where you can use the search bar if you're looking for a specific like background or a specific how do you say that? Competence.
Yeah, skill.
A skill.
Yeah,
sorry,
skill.
that's my English there. So if you have a specific skill that you look for, that could be a good thing because you want to look for it in the whole profile. But there, we want to focus on some of them that are current job title, of course. We want to look for the QHSC in the current job title.
Okay,
that's our main thing.
Current job title, I go there, so into the role parts, and I hit QHSE. Okay, so basically everything related to like health, safety, environment, quality.
So it's usually QHSC.
I'll try this one. So you've seen what I did just there is like LinkedIn is basically like offering me some options there. I can select those, but I can also just like type in any kind of words I want. I hit enter, and I can just look exactly for this job title because of course LinkedIn doesn't know everything. So you can cheat the system.
And if you're not sure of what your ideal prospect will look like, or you can actually go to your actual clients, go look at their profile, go see how they pronounce like the job titles and stuff like that. Is going to give you so much more information.
Try to mimic what they're doing on their profile within a search, and you'll be able to find people who look just like them.
Exactly.
So job title first. Then,
perfect. Then
what do I do?
You can see that there's so many people outside of where I work. So I want to go for UK. Let's say Alice is working for UK companies. And since it's very specific to legal and stuff like that, she's going to be remaining in the UK, not going for project abroad. And then we're going to go for company size. Company size is very useful. It's going to help you. In this case, Alice has identified that it's exactly the type of company that she needs, more than 500 people. That will be way bigger than what she's able to handle, unless they won't have the budget. So what she's defined is that 50 to 500 is the best. It's a sweet spot. But it could be also you're targeting any size of companies, but really the person you want to talk to is going to differ from a larger company to a smaller company. So you want to make sure that you like align those two filters, current job titles and the company headcount.
Yeah, and make sure you're not like always targeting CEOs, owners, stuff like that, because in like a 20 employees company, they might decide and like feel the pain of the operations. Okay, many things will come back to their ear, so they might be able to act and decide. But like in bigger companies, like when you start having like 50 people or more, basically CEOs at the end of the day, they just like validate budgets. Okay, they don't know like what's happening in the day-to-day of their teams. So you need to convince people who are actually suffering from the problem that you are solving. If you're solving talent acquisition, you want to target HR manager, which sounds like logical, right? But like we see so many of you guys who are still focusing on what you feel are decision makers when they are just in the end kind of budget deciders, and that's it. I mean, the decision makers on the budget, but that's it. They will be convinced by someone within their organization, which might be a COO, a CFO, a middle manager, someone who is actually like trying to solve an issue that they have, and they'll convince them. I mean, they convince their CEO, CEO, whatever. I mean, who's the person in charge of giving the money away, and basically, those are the person you want to target, not like the CEO. Yeah.
And then we could go for industries as well. Industry could be a good one here in this case because we're targeting specific like supply chain, logistics, transportation type companies. So it could be useful to identify those, but be careful with industry filters. It could be anything and everything at the same time. It's decided by the prospects themselves. So it could be also a filter that shoots a bullet in your foot and you won't find anyone. So in this case, it worked when I tried, but I play with it a little bit. And the last one, the best one I feel, is the how long in the company were they? What we're looking at here. Yeah, I love this one.
Current company.
Years in current company. What I'm trying to do here with Alice is target people that are joining the company very recently, because what I feel like is that they are more able to like work with new partnership and work with someone new if they have like new projects and stuff like that. They are more able to reach out to like SME. So, and also that's a good way for me to like introduce myself and say, hi, I saw that you joined this company from like a very like not that long. Let's chat. That's a good way to reach out to them. And then we have it. I think we have a pretty good list. Let's see what the numbers are.
Yeah, it's a small one.
It's
very niche. So you want to expand a bit like what kind of filters you're using. But like at least you have something really, really precise and you can introduce yourself with something such as like, hey, I've seen that you just taken in like a new position within this company and you're working as a manager in this field. So I was wondering if, and then you can continue.
Exactly.
So you basically hit import there. You import all the prospects within your list, and then you're going back to Waalaxy. So how to make a campaign on Waalaxy? So really easy. Really, really, really easy. Let me share my screen. So right now I'm on Ali's account. So I'm Michael. So basically I can go on my own account, which is what I do. But like every time I want to check like what's happening on my team member's account, I can just like hit the Alice account. I'm on her account. I don't need like her LinkedIn credentials or whatever. I have access to all her prospects there. I have access to all of her campaigns, and I can basically handle everything myself. All the actions, meaning like connection requests and messages, will be sent from her LinkedIn account, but I can manage the whole campaign aspect of it. So 300 people from like an old search.
Yeah.
Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select them all and start my campaign. So what kind of campaign should I select? I'd say at least 3 touch points.
Yeah.
So you need to send at least 3 contents to your prospects, meaning like 2 messages and what we call a breakup message. So you could mix like 2 LinkedIn touch points and 1 email. We'll see like how to do that. But like, please avoid the notes in the connection requests because it feels like not real. Like, especially like when you're saying something such as, hey, pleased to meet you, or like, hey, we have some synergies.
Yes,
maybe we can talk together. Or it feels like unnatural, right? Whereas if you just like shake hands, which is basically like a connection request, that's it. Then you can start with like your first message, which will be way more effective because you have more people in your network. You're not scaring people off straight away.
Yeah. And you don't want also just, you don't want to disguise objectives with just, hey, I just want to connect. And then one day later,
you want to sell something.
Say, hey, I have something to sell you actually.
Because you actually want to sell something. The only thing, that you want to add in a note, if you want to send a connection request to a note, is if you want to invite people to some kind of physical events. So you are organizing like a fair, you have a booth somewhere, you might want to invite them. And so in that case, you want to add a note in invitation saying like, hey, we'll be at blah blah event.
Yeah.
I think that you might want to join, right? We have some special invitation for guests, and I think it'll be a right fit. In that case, you want to add a note because people feel invited. Or if you create content and you have like some kind of white paper or like blog articles, and you want just to send them to basically nurture a bit and expand your network. In that case, you want to send that free stuff because you're offering people something. Otherwise, leave the connection request empty, no notes inside, and we just move on with like the LinkedIn messages.
Yeah.
We'll try for a simple one. Sure. Could be like invitation. So I can like kind of build my own campaigns using the filters. So I won't send an invitation. I want to send 2 LinkedIn messages. And if I don't have like any reply, I might want to send like 1 cold email.
Sure.
Right? So 1 email. So I have like many different campaigns. I have like multiple emails as well. So I'll go for Saturn, which is like one of our favorite sequences.
Yeah, love this one.
So quite simple, actually. Might look scary, but like, no, not at all. What is Saturn doing? Pretty simple. First, you're going to send a connection request to all the prospects that you want to reach out to. Then, if they accept the connection request, so basically they become part of your network, in that case, you'll send the first message. I mean, Waalaxy will send it on your behalf, of course. If you don't have any reply, Waalaxy will send a follow-up message. And then, if you still don't have a reply, we'll look for their professional email address and send them a cold email, which could start like, hey, I've tried to reach out on LinkedIn, but you're maybe not that active on the network. So I thought I'm going to take my chance here, and then you can start your pitch. So pretty simple sequence. You could like add another message in between. So like invitation, 3 messages, and then 1 email. Could go for 2 emails as well. Really up to you.
Yeah,
just need to play like within the sequence manager. Like you just need to find the right sequence for you. So what do you say in your first message? Quite simple. The first message is all about like, is my prospect actually a prospect? Might sound a bit cryptic, I understand. The thing is, you've combined some filters on Sales Navigator and you have a pool of people that you assume have a problem that you can solve for money, right? But you don't actually know if they actually have the problem. So you need to qualify them. Are they leads, interesting leads, hot leads, or like are they just cold leads? Are they like in the markets of finding a solution for the problem they have? Are they like already using a solution? You don't know that. So if you go straight ahead and you say, hey, I want to sell that, you'll get a door, like a really big closed door. And you want to start just for the soft ask, which is, do you have this problem? That's kind of the goal of that first message. Do you have the problem I solve? If it's a no, you're like, oh, okay, so great. And you can ask some follow-up questions just to basically understand a bit better, like what's happening in their company. And maybe you want to come back like in 3 months, 6 months, see like if things have changed. And if they say, yes, I have this issue, you can continue like, okay, do you already have someone to help you on that? They say yes, you can say, okay, are you happy with that? They say yes, okay. Again, 3 months, 6 months from that, you can circle back and ask, okay, how's it going with your provider? And they say yes, and I have no one. Okay, maybe we can talk. So the first message goal is really like to qualify your prospect. Does they have the issue that you solve? So really simple. In that case, we say, thanks for connecting, just being polite there. And then we state the why. So the why is really important as well, is why are you actually reaching out to that person, okay? And it's very simple. I'm sending you a message because you are working in a specific field. You have a specific role in your organization, and that's why I'm reaching out. And more than that, it's because in our case, I mean, in Ali's case, it's because you've taken that role like within the year. So you're fresh, you're new, and you might want to change things. That's my why. I saw you recently took over the QHSE role at blah blah. Congrats. And then you can start assuming stuff and start like soft pitching. Basically here, just asking, okay, have you identified anything that will need to be addressed soon? Simple question. Let's say like they don't reply to that. right? So again, the goal of this message is like you gather data about the prospect and then you adjust according to what they say to you, what they reply. If you don't get a reply, then it doesn't matter. We have the follow-up. So in that case, the follow-up needs to be conversational, meaning like it needs to pile up on what you said earlier and clarify a bit what are your intentions. Because right now, you've just asked me an open question and I did not take the time to reply to you. So right now, you want to be a bit more like, I wouldn't say aggressive, but in a way it kind of is. So it's like, okay, let's just give you a bit of context. I've actually spoken with a lot of people like you. In our case, I've spoken with like several QHSE managers. You could also like say that in a voice note. You have the option to record a voice note within Waalaxy. So you can just basically recite what you've written here. Really simple. So basically, you relate to a part of your story. I've talked to blah, blah. And what I've seen is like the first issue that comes up are this one, this one, this one. Nothing dramatic. Here, I'm kind of relying on something funny. But if this is something you're currently dealing with, maybe I can help. So right now, you're stating that you're actually in the business of providing solution to a specific problem and that they might want to work with you on that one. Again, the voice note could work really well. Always great to say, okay, just I'm clarifying, I'm giving more context about what I do. And I'm not like hard pitching or like hard asking. Okay, I did not include like a phone number, an email address, a calendar link or anything like that. I'm really like, okay, if you need help, you know I'm there. If you don't get a reply from that, again, in that case, within that sequence, Waalaxy will automatically do what we call an email finder. We will basically look through our database. I mean, not really our database, but like a database of the best providers in the world. I'll come back to that like in a minute. And if we find a pro email address, you'll be able to send a cold email. And again, basically just, oh God, I have a bit word in here. Just like small object following up outside of LinkedIn. Again, you're referencing why you are actually right now talking with that person through email. So why you changed the way of communicating with them, and then you can also soft pitch. And again, quite simple. Then you can launch the campaign, and we're good to go, right? Waalaxy will start basically creating the actions, sending the connection requests, and within a month, you'll start to have like replies and maybe clients, right? Maybe signing contracts. If I can give you like something to look for, if you have a low acceptance rate, so low acceptance rate is something like if you're below 40%, you might need to rework your profile. So again, headshot, banner, headline are the three most important parts. If you have a low reply rate, a low response rate, what you want to look at is the actual content of your message. Are you being a billboard? Meaning like, are you just like talking about yourself and kind of behaving like an ad? Okay, hey, I sell that. Hey, I sell that. Hey, do you want that? So it doesn't work, right? So you still want to talk to a human and they want to reply to a human. So if you want to have this conversation, you need to be simple. You want to be I wouldn't say like funny, but like in a way you want to be sympathetic.
Yeah.
You want to be someone like, yeah, someone I want to work with in the end. So you want to rethink your approach and especially your copywriting. Then if you have also low conversion rates, so you don't actually like sign clients, it might be because of the targeting, so the first step. Maybe you're not like targeting the right people. Those people are maybe like too high up in the chain, though they don't actually like, they are kind of interested because the topic is something that has been going on around them, but like they don't feel the pain, so they don't really like act on it. Or like they're way too below the chain. In that case, yes, they feel the pain, but they have like no decision power. They cannot like convince people in the inside, so you might want to zoom up a little bit. In both cases, what you need to do when someone is saying no is always like asking, okay, really sorry, like, but are you the right person? I mean, are you the person in charge? Did I just like do my targeting wrong? And you're just asking for a contact, for a referral, for something that you can work on and actually like try again. You've seen that I've been working on my own accounts and Alice's account as well. So allow me to introduce the team section, which is basically when you're multiple people working like on increasing the sales of your business, you can work together. And within Waalaxy, you have like a complete, I mean, you have different features to work as a team. So right now I have like a lot of people there. I can see like what's happening on each of their accounts. I can go to their account, and I can also like check all the analytics from one specific section within Waalaxy. And I'd say the most interesting features is like what we call the duplicate security. When you're working with like multiple profiles, the big concern is like that you are targeting the same persons. They'll be basically contacted multiple times by multiple people within your company, and you want to avoid that at all costs. You're just basically wasting time. So with Waalaxy, when you are part of a team, every time you want to import a prospect in your app, we always check if like that profile is not elsewhere within the team. If that's the case, we won't import it in your account, and we'll explicitly saying, okay, this one already somewhere else, you can focus on someone else.
Yeah, and talking about imports, by the way, we talked about Sales Navigator, and I know it's it's a huge cost. You could go ahead for the trial version for a month, import everything in Waalaxy, and go ahead if you're an individual license. But if you're a team license, you can actually import into every members of the app. So you could have only one Sales Navigator license and import into someone else's, allowing you to have someone specialized in segmentation or just reduce costs. It's a huge thing as well for a lot of team that we have. So think about it if you have a team. It's a huge thing.
So yeah, you can do it straight from your LinkedIn, from Sales Navigator, basically everywhere that you have what we call the Waalaxy widget, and you can basically select any member there. When you have Waalaxy, we are also kind of everywhere in your LinkedIn, right?
Exactly.
So we try to add features that are not available anywhere else on LinkedIn. So basically, if you're like scrolling onto your feed, you can see like I have some new features, such as like manage prospects. Basically, I can import people like within my campaigns or like within a list directly from LinkedIn. I can also like add notes by some specific comments. Right now, I know that I need to follow up with Caitlin. Oh no, like she replied already, so like is not interested. So right now I can like easily just organize myself. By the way, this is automatically detected when someone replies to you. We have our own custom AI model who's basically able to qualify their reply and allowing you with just one filter within Waalaxy to basically find all the people who are right now. I go to state, I go to follow up, and all the people that I need to follow up with will appear just there. So then after just like, I don't know, let's say like every 2 weeks or every month, I can just like select them all. Why is it not displaying right now? I don't know. It's the demo effect, always having issues during demos.
Otherwise, it's not fun.
Otherwise, it's not funny, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to try to
put us on edge.
Please.
The interested ones. Yeah.
So I've hit like interested to follow up at the same time, and so I have all the people that are interested with my offer or that I need to follow up with, and so I can just select them all and add them like to, let's say like a message campaign or something like that, right? Regarding LinkedIn, where you're on the feed, you might want also at some point to import people who reacted or commented on your own post, your own company post, or also on competitors' post. In that case, I'm zooming in, you have the option straight from the post. Waalaxy adds 2 buttons there, and you can just like import all people who reacted to a post. I can add them to an existing campaign. Pretty easy. Really interesting because when people are commenting or reacting, it means that they are showing intent on the topic, and you can just import them all and send them any kind of content. Hey, I've seen that you've commented a post like on this topic. Actually, I'm working in this field as well. I wanted to check with you if blah, blah, blah. Really simple. You can also import people from events or groups. Groups are quite big. So from Sales Navigator, one little tip here that you can filter by a group and then add additional features on top, such as like company size and so on, which you cannot do on LinkedIn. So like importing from groups straight on LinkedIn might not be the wisest idea, but like on Sales Navigator is actually quite powerful. Events, quite easy. I mean, people were part of an event, then you can import them into a campaign and refer that event. Always state the why. Hey, you've participated into this event. I was there as well, and actually, blah, blah, blah. Then you can pitch. If you need to reply to your messages, something funny here, we also help you do that. So you are in your LinkedIn inbox, which is quite catastrophic, but that's not a debate. You can also, straight from LinkedIn, use all kind of templates that you want to use. So like you can forget all the copy paste from Word doc or your notes, and you can just store everything you need to say to your prospect directly here. And you can just, in one click, add it and send it. As I've done that, you can see that the button changed, and right now it's called Send Later, and you can also like schedule a message for later. So like, let's say Alban is like telling me, yeah, I'd be interested, but like, can you just follow up like in a month or two? I do, yeah, no problem. I just like hit a month, maybe 2 months, and I can just like schedule my message, and Waalaxy will automatically send that message at the specific date, allowing me like to avoid all the like setting up a HubSpot task or like adding like a reminder on my to-do app. They're just pretty easy to use. If you have like more than, let's say, 5 conversations to handle, you might want to use what we call the inbox, which is basically our take on how to handle LinkedIn messages. But that's what we use the most. It's basically a whole new way of reading all your messages. So again, it's built into Waalaxy. It's connected with your accounts. We don't store data. And then you can here schedule all your messages, activate some reminders into conversations, such as, oh yeah, I want to just tackle that like later today. You can just schedule a reminder for later today. You can import the people straight like into Waalaxy, into campaigns. You can record voice notes, which you cannot do on LinkedIn directly, only if you're using your phone to reply to your messages. You can also have access to all the templates, so pretty easy to use. And you can also navigate through all your conversations. You can add some filters, such as like, okay, did I send the last message? Like, I remember I followed up with someone like 2 weeks ago, but like no reply. Okay, you can just check like, okay, what the last message me or my prospects. Sometimes you also have like people who are replying to you, and basically they're getting buried in your inbox, and you can just like find them back in one click. And you can also check all the unread messages that you have, which is what we use the most there. I've talked about emails. Just come back to that. Of course, you can do like only LinkedIn sequences on Waalaxy, such as invitation and 3 messages, if you want to respect the 3 touch points idea. What you can also do is find emails. So we've shown you a sequence called Saturn, which is what we do to like do multi-channel prospecting. But you can also, if you want to, just like select a big list of prospects and use our find email system. So what we did here is basically we built our own waterfall enrichment system. We are working, not with, but like we are actually working with like the biggest email providers in the world who are also doing waterfall enrichment. So what does waterfall mean, Michael? So basically, waterfall is all about, I'm asking a provider, if they don't have an email to give me, I'm asking another provider, and so on and so on and so on, until I've exhausted all my providers. So we're working especially like with Better Contact, with Full Enrich, with Drop Contact, and they all are working with multiple providers. So they are already doing waterfall, and we are doing waterfall on top of waterfall. It's like the inception game of emails. And basically with that, we are kind of offering the best enrichment rate that you can have on the market without any additional subscription. It's built into Waalaxy. In your campaigns, such as Saturn, it's fully automatic. We just do it on your behalf, and then we send the email if we found a professional email address. Otherwise, you can run specific campaigns, such as the find email one. You can also go to like a specific prospect and then just hit find email, and you'll be able to get that data. And if you want to use that data outside of Waalaxy, you can just select them all and export into a CSV file, or export to HubSpot or to Pipedrive, basically the CRMs that we have integrated within Waalaxy. Whoa, that's a lot of things, right?
Yeah, we talked a lot.
If you have any questions, again, don't hesitate to
Q&A. So
add them. Maybe I want to go a bit more like in the roadmap, like what's happening this year.
Yeah.
So
what happened?
Yeah, what happened first? What
first?
happened? Basically, what happens? Do you have the list of what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have the list.
Here.
Okay, great. So basically what we did is, so what I've shown you on like the LinkedIn, the feed, import comments, import reactions, it's all new for this from this year. We are also planning like a lot of new stuff coming in like by the end of the year within LinkedIn. Basically, you have kind of your own Waalaxy assistants always present. You can move it to whatever you want with it. Not whatever, but like you can at least move it. So basically, we'll be integrating even more within LinkedIn to offer you like a more cohesive experience. We've shipped the team dashboard. We've shipped the side panel, which is like if you were already using Waalaxy before like September, you had like a big window to see like what's happening with your prospects. Right now, like it's a more refined experience with like this panel on the side. You have the response analysis, which is brand new. So the states, interested, not interested, to follow up to help you basically organize yourself and make sure not like losing on deals. We've also shipped like tons of improvements on the emailing sides.
Yeah.
So now you can add like hyperlinks to your emails, attachments,
Signature.
tracking, signatures, well, basically everything that you need to actually run cold emailing campaigns. Also add Pipedrive at the beginning of the year. Next year, or even like this year, because some things are going to arrive like in a week or two, we will be redesigning the entire prospect interface, basically allowing you to customize all the columns. You can just like move them, resize them, add new columns, whatever you want. So you can really like customize Waalaxy to your own needs. We'll be also like shipping writing assistance tool. So right now you have what we call WAMI, which is basically an assistant within each of your campaigns, where you can just tell her like who your target, what you're doing, what you're selling, why you're different, why you're the best, basically. And it will like just craft a message for you. We'll be like kind of doubling down on that one and really like give you some extra tools when you have a message, like refine it or even like create one from scratch, because we like it might be one of the hardest thing to do, actually, to address your prospects. We're also gonna work a lot on APIs and basically allowing you in 1 or 2 clicks, not more, to import prospect from like Clay, Apollo, any kind of big data broker. Also using like Make, Zapier, basically being able to use any kind of data that you already have, let's say like from your CRM, and add it to Waalaxy. If you have fresh data, interesting leads there, we want to remove the friction of having like to go on LinkedIn. Of course, if you don't have any prospects right now, any data, LinkedIn is still the best place to be. And we'll also work on one of the biggest features we've shipped in years, which are called the workflows. I think we already talked about that like last year during the Black Friday webinar, but like we spent an entire year to like think about it and like really refine the experience. And basically, we want to bring into Waalaxy a way of connecting your entire LinkedIn, monitor like who is sending you connection requests, who is visiting your profile, and create an entire area within Waalaxy when you can like create automation such as, okay, when someone visits my profile, I want to add them to this campaign. When they send me a connection request, I want to automatically accept it and send them to this campaign, send like a welcome message to my network. Okay, when someone is like appearing in a Sales Navigator new search, I want to do that. When I do, basically creating a creating different kind of automations that you kind of Zapier, right? It's like a Zapier within Waalaxy. And we're also going to redesign the inbox, what I've shown you, with like new filters as well, because we feel it's like one of the best features that we have right now. 10 minutes left. Black Friday.
Yeah.
What's happening? Why are we here? Why is it black? Why is it Friday?
It's a huge one, as you know, or as you don't, but we're going to tell you anyway. This is the biggest sales of the year, and it's going to happen for 24 hours only, so be careful. When is it?
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
Hey,
that's such a spoiler. But it's this Friday, so
from midnight to midnight.
Yeah, so put on the alarms. You don't want to. We're not going to be able to like give it to you the next Friday.
Yeah, it's 24 hours only, and like every year during Black Friday we offer 50% discounts on our advanced and business plan if you commit for a yearly plan. Basically, it's like paying 3 months of Waalaxy and getting 9 for free. Okay, so all yearly plans are already like half the price all the year if you commit. It's like basically you pay 6, you get 6. Right now it's an additional 50% on top of that, which means you pay 3, you get 9 for free. So it works if you have like currently a pro plan, if you have no plan, if you have like on a monthly advanced plan, a monthly business plan, you can just upgrade to a full yearly plan for half of the price than usual. And if you already have a team, you can purchase any additional seat at 50% price. So it's like a pretty good deal, right? And it lasts just 24 hours.
Someone asks for time zone.
So it's gonna it's gonna be on CET, Central European Time. I think I'm correct. Midnight to midnight. But we will also include like a few more hours for people outside that time zone. Everything is already planned, so you should normally not miss
everything goes smooth.
I hope.
And we have one last thing to talk about.
Is it like the rabbits?
Yeah.
It's the rabbits?
Mentioned the rabbit. Yeah.
Oh, the rabbits. Have you seen the rabbits on LinkedIn? So this year we've also decided to like create new stuff, and not just on Waalaxy, but like on the whole LinkedIn ecosystem. We have many users like who wants to create content, telling us, I don't know like how to manage my content. I want to create stuff on LinkedIn. I want to build my personal brands. And right now we've decided that, okay, it's time for us to bring some kind of Waalaxy vibes into content creation. And what we did, let me just switch to English. It's called, drum roll please. It's called Kawak. So basically Kawak is our new software that will allow you to create any kind of LinkedIn content, to build your personal brand, to schedule all your posts within a few minutes a day or like an hour a week. You can schedule an entire month of content. We help you through AI to kind of crack the, how do you call it? The writer syndrome, right? The blank page syndrome. When you can't like find the word, but you have the idea. Basically, Kawak will like not write the post for you, but like help you like putting all the ideas on paper. On a LinkedIn post, and then you can just add your style. We also like provide you with a complete brand new experience regarding analytics. We help you like generate professional photos of yourself to like post on LinkedIn, quote cards, stuff like that. Anything that you need to basically build a personal brand on LinkedIn. And it's Black Friday for Kawak too. So you can also get a yearly Kawak plan for half its price. We're good to go. Do we have any other questions?
Quite good.
I don't know.
We
don't have any questions. So I think we go. Thank you so much, guys, for your time. You'll have this webinar in replay as well. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask or support him. See you soon.
Bye-bye.